have here one corps with approximately 19,000 are still marching and will join the battle as reinforcements. Okay, that's good to add that. We have Magruder on his way with his wing. Hey, Beeper Man. Hey, Chuck Shenaniquit is new in. Checking in from Michigan. Welcome on in, man. So, what I was thinking, let's get the cigar down while we put our brains together here. Since the objective is here, see, what I like about this here is I think they're giving us South Mountain to use here, right? I think. Elk Ridge Mountain, or no. South Mountain I think is just a little further east. But I would say, we approach through here, most likely. I mean, it's very open ground here on the Antietam battlefield. And I think we take up positions with with this part of the army anyway. Ewell's Corps. We come out, we grab these crossroads, this area here. Maybe we come out and, I don't know, we come out and catch them in Sharpsburg. Where are they coming from? All right, they're coming from up here. It looks like we're going to have bad weather. I think, if we could manage to do it. Oh, by the way, where is it that Magruder's coming on? From Harper's Ferry? Is that down here? Yes. So they'll be coming from here. So that changes my idea a bit. I'm thinking maybe we go. I think we get across here. I think we come straight to it. We get across. See, look at this. There's no good crossing, really, except for at Burnside's Bridge or the lower bridge. And so I think we've got to race to the lower bridge. We've got to win the race to the lower bridge. And then we need to deploy the Corps in such a way as we can protect ourselves in case they want to attack aggressively kind of down the slope. But what we want to do is eventually try to get the Corps kind of back down in here, probably around this area here. Maybe even extend a battle line out to these roads like that. And, I don't love it. But we could, of course, from a role-playing perspective, conceivably envision a line of retreat back down through Harper's Ferry, even though that's probably not how it would work out in the campaign map. But I think that's maybe what we're looking at here. So, here we are, right here. Okay, so they could come down here too. They could be. Here's something that's a weakness for us in this battle coming up, is we don't have any cavalry. So we're going to have to be a little careful here, guys. We're just not going to be able to I would say we need to race out fast as we can. We probably need to just get on the road with everybody here. Yeah, these guys. Here's an interesting idea is I send Beckham's brigade, although it would be better to send one that's got better weapons. Okay, The Louisiana Tigers. Let's send them. All right, well, let's detach them. All right, and they will be a detached unit, a detached brigade that goes to Porterstown here. He will have Beckham as a supporting unit. This is almost kind of a role play move here, but it's not. It's not entirely, you know. It's not the stupidest thing in the world. And also, Smith right here, or rather Beckham, I think is our engineer unit. Yeah, Beckham's engineers. So here's Walton can get on the road here. We'll get Drayton on the road there. Those guns, everybody be fine. And then Whiting is... Hey, fornicator, welcome in. I see you in the saloon there, sir. Welcome, welcome. I'd say we just have them set kind of like that, so I can make it look pretty. And then Ewell is set up here, and then we'll just we'll set the divisions out. We'll have the detached brigade. These two, they're going to come up here toward the middle bridge. And, you know, maybe we'll stir up a little trouble. Got a little rainfall here. That's going to make it a little harder to see things. What we'll do is we'll probably take up a position that's kind of here-ish. Try to cover the middle bridge a little bit. And then the rest of the corps is going to go lower bridge. We're going to snake through here, cross at the lower bridge, and deploy out in these fields here. And then we'll probably pull out from this way. That's to try and cover anything that may be coming here, although I don't have high confidence that anybody actually will be. But I think that that's a good way to lay the Army out for now, the one wing of it that we have at our disposal. Let's just triple check something right here. So they have as many as we have on the field right now. I think they bring in another, the Army of Northeastern Virginia, I think, comes on the field in just a little bit. So for now, it's going to be Ewell versus Bull Nelson's Army of the Shenandoah. And maybe they don't end up getting their Army of Northeastern Virginia on the field at all. Maybe we're fighting two completely dog-tired, devastated forces here. We're just going to have to find out. But we're pushing play right now, fellers. Let's get going. Okay, actually, first things very first. Smith and his Lorenz rifles will come to here, while Beckham and his engineers will come out to, say, right about there. Okay, that's for now. Yeah, D.R. Jones and his division is going to come here across the bridge, right there. And then Walton is going to form up to cover that, right? Be like this. And then Whiting will end up leapfrogging to over here. All right. Then we'll have Ewell. Boom, boom, boom. He'll end up wanting to move to this farmhouse right here. And now we'll have Ewell's corps kind of stuck out on its own. Ewell is used to this. You guys weren't, some of you guys may not have been there. There was a big battle out on the, well, it wasn't such a big battle, I guess. It was out on that Fredericksburg battlefield, and Ewell ended up getting kind of stuck out on its own, and he handled himself quite well, to say the least. Here we go. Walton's getting his orders. Walton's division also, there's a lot of rookie troops, or they're less experienced anyway. Breckinridge's brigade. Hampton's Legion is pretty well experienced, though. And the Mississippi Brigade under Uji, they've got 1 star now. Preston Smith is their most experienced brigade. Love this visual right here. We're marching through the mountain line, the ridge line, the mountain range right here. Oh, that's so pretty looking. I like this map. This is a cool looking map. This is going to actually, I think, be my first major battle on this map. I think maybe I've fought like a small little cavalry engagement here before. Here they are, the Confederates under Ewell, making their way out into the plain. We'll see what kind of battle we get underway this time around, gentlemen. Smith stopped for some reason. Come on. Go on, go on. Oh, was it because something to do with his division moving? I wonder. Here comes Ewell's Corps. Very good, boys. We got a pretty efficient line of march along the road there. Sometimes that stuff can get real gummed up. But we're looking pretty good. Mm. 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 And let's see what we can come out. And by the way, fellas, I got to give credit to the folks in the chat. Look, grognards, groggy nuts. Last couple of streams, let's just say you guys are getting a lot of love from folks who are watching. The chat is just bonkers, man. It's the best. All right, Beckham. Beckham will beat Smith there. Smith's still waiting on his orders. Ewell going the long way. Kind of. And we're going to go 2 times here. I'm a little leery to go super fast with the weather being the way it is. You know, obviously we're not going to see their approach very well. I was talking about, I see you guys talking too about what to do with Benjamin McCulloch out in the West. I think we're going to have a discussion about that. We've got things to talk about on the policy front, serious revisions in the plan maybe. Now that the intervention in Mexico has begun, we're going to need to take a serious look at the way we move ahead with policy. Like, we're at a really critical juncture, kind of like in behind-the-scenes logistics and policy planning, in my opinion anyway. And it always seems like there's a new critical juncture coming up all the time. I get that. But I really do believe that we need to make a decision about what our mid to long-term strategy is going to be with relation to diplomatic spending versus trying to turn the CSA into as much of a war material producing nation as we can. That's kind of the choice, I would say. There's an interesting thing that I'm thinking of, which is to take, to not, like, maybe go, and there's another issue with financial policy that I need to get your guys' input on that would further piss off Europe. Again, our financial woes are of concern, generally speaking, and there's more, I think, to consider as it relates to that. Let's go ahead and get some skirmishers out here. Put them in there. Mm. 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 Hey, all right. Hey. So this is, I would talk a little bit about that too, is how the way I treated this game, and one of the reasons I love it so much is because it's basically AGI Civil War with tactical battles, right? So I love that somebody's giving that old game a shout. I would say AG Odds was my tip-top favorite through, oh gosh, I don't even know when. We're going to set some breastworks up right here. Start building on them, gentlemen. And since they are engineers, I think they'll build a little faster. Not seeing anybody out there. The Tigers, get their skirmishers out. We'll put them in this field right here. Head on over, boys. Okay, and we'll have ourselves a line right along here. We may even build more entrenchments or more breastworks. We'll see. But we'll be pulling those guys back if we need it. Rest of the army moves ahead. Pretty sure we're going to beat them to the objective. Pretty sure. It would be easy enough to just set the army up like, you know, kind of here. Set the corps up here. I feel like maybe that's, if it's the smart thing to do. But the thing is that we are going to have Magruder. And he's going to have a big corps. Take a look at this. Right? Oh, that's right. No, he's not going to have as big of a corps. He's going to have about the same size. He'll only have 2 divisions with him this time. I forgot about that. We reassigned some of his troops to the Army of the Northwest along with Jeb Stuart. Let's take these boys up to the hillside up here. Why not? Here we go. Right, so Fornicator, you're kind of on my plane. I'm talking about like rushing the diplomacy policy chain all the way down to where we do help the French, right? I feel like it works with the role play now that we've like already gotten ourselves into the meddling in Spanish and European affairs business by taking Nicaragua and Cuba. I feel like from a role-playing perspective, it works great for us to, we'll go ahead and we'll meddle in this whole France and Mexico thing and then get France in as an ally on our side. As has been mentioned, by the way, in the comments in, I think, the last VOD, is I don't think that the Brits will enter either way, but I think Spain may enter against us. So we may have a little side war between us and Spain and France and Spain going on, which would maybe be interesting. I don't really know what to expect with that, but it could be. I may want to just play it that way just to see how that goes, and maybe have ourselves like a real alternate history scenario going. Oh, hey, okay. Okay. All right, we have come in contact. And they are at the town, it looks like. Okay. Whiting's division is going to engage. We need to get skirmishers out from everybody here. Got our Augustins. We'll get skirmishers out from all these brigades. We do have 2 divisions across. We probably need to take that high ground. Or we use these guys as a screen. Okay, let's take Walton's division right here. All right. Let's bring them across. And let's put them... Boy, it's just wide open everywhere, isn't it? Let's put them here. Get up on this fence, gentlemen. Here we go. Battle will begin shortly. In the rain, even. How about them apples? Boom. First shots are fired. We're going to go turn off fire at will for now. And I'm going to take this battery. I'm going to leave him right where he is. That's actually not a bad spot. This brigade, I'm going to shake it out to here. Fighting that field. Why not? We'll be on the opposite side of the slope right here. This is not a bad place for a battery right here. Let's grab D.R. Jones' division and let's set him up in here. Got this meeting engagement here, boys. Let's let these Yankees figure out what it is they might want to do about this situation. My guess is they're just going to continue moving down this road right here. If they do that, I would actually like that, because then we could attack them as they get strung out. First with D.R. Jones, and then here. And and by the way, despite what I was saying earlier, here we go. Infantry battle joined in the rain. A running battle south of Sharpsburg is what we may have here, gentlemen. This may be just a running battle. Get engaged. I'm willing to let them try and figure out what it is they might want to do here. We need to cover these guns with these skirmishers and keep them where they are. We probably could go ahead and shoot here, though. Do it. Do it. Walker, Pemberton, Augustin, and Springfield muskets right here. We are able to shoot. We're going to be teaching these skirmishers a lesson. All right, so now we see the rest of their corps, and they're going to push, it looks like. Let's get this brigade up on the fence. Go, go, go. Charge, move it. Go. Double time, yes. Let's go. We need more than skirmishers up here now. We don't have a choice. Now let's open up with the cannons. Go. Fire at will. They're going to have two brigades come forward through the field here. Let's advance to here, gentlemen. Charge move there. We need to double time it. We're going, going, going. Let's have Whiting. He'll stay back for now. All right, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to put him, we're going to go boom, I'm going to go stay to the left, boom, stay to the right, and then boom, screen. Charge move there. Time. Okay, we're good. We're up on the fence. These boys need to fall back to the fence. Let them go through that field, gentlemen. That's just fine. Okay, battle starts here on the outskirts of Sharpsburg. Whiting will just be used to cover the rest of the army's advance across the creek. We found a nice little crossing here. Ooh, okay. Ewell down here at his makeshift headquarters. He doesn't have anywhere to move to. I always like to make sure that the commander on the field has somewhere to take This is too good to pass up. This is too good to pass up, gentlemen. Smith is going to come down here. Boom. Absolutely. I'm going to keep these skirmishers posted, but Beckham, we'll keep him building. That's fine. We'll have ourselves a little position there if we need it later. I don't imagine we would, but we might. Having a hard time figuring out what it is we're doing here. This is one that in the video gets skipped. Come on, come on, come on. Stay on him, stay on him, stay on him. Stay on him. There we go. Come on. Get back on that damn fence. Get back on long-range fire. Fire. No! Don't attack there. Fall back. There we go. Try to get him straightened out there. See, I don't like how he's doing this. I don't like how he's doing this. All right, we're shooting him down in the screen or in the field there. That looks pretty good. This first Yankee division that's come through the town. The rest of them are piled up back on the other side of town, I think. Let's get Jones. Let's keep him hidden down here. Let's just keep hidden for now. Woo. Haha, Bull is giving you the horns. I like that. Come on, boys. Pull back, damn it. They're still trying to get everybody formed up out here before they actually make the move. You see some of them are kind of flipped around the wrong way. What are you guys doing? No! Damn it. Damn it. Turn your AI off. Halt. Get back on the fence. There we go. Halt. Please halt. Please, I want to try to take Whiting out of his damn screen order. Oh, we got a little Yankee cav on the flank over here. Shoot. Okay, we definitely need to get skirmishers out from him. That's going to be a pain. Here comes Smith. We got a problem. Ew. No. Get out. Double time. Limber up. Oh, shit. That's not good. Whiting's divisional artillery goes down. He's getting swamped over here right now. Okay, we need to retreat. 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 Okay. Okay, he'll fall back. Here comes Preston Smith's Louisiana Tigers on their flank right here. We're going to come down and attack. He'll get here just in time. Double time it, boys. Let's go. This one's making me sweat, gentlemen. I can't lie. This one's making me sweat a little bit. Here we go. No, we'll stop this. We'll stop that. We don't need to do that anymore. Let's get some guys on these guns right here. And let's have Whiting. Where is Whiting? Whiting, get out of your screen, damn it. Give me command. All right, skirmishers out. Okay, artillery party now. We're gonna need to bring those guys back. Those guns are lost. All right. Smith is on. Jones, fire your guns that way. Ewell, get on over here. Breckinridge, boom. Uji, boom. Hampton, boom. Like that. Here they come with one division down the creek bed right there. Let's go ahead. Let's fall back. Let's fall back. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's go to here. Double time. Let's get skirmishers back. Nope, can't do it. They're too close. We were able to do it over there. Whiting's division still in some trouble. Walton's division a little out of position here. I'm going to wait to use him. Smith getting shot at from the flank, but he's able to fire down in the ravine. What are you doing? Nope. I need you going over here. I need you being smart, gentlemen. See, these meeting engagements can get really interesting. All right, boys, we need to fall back to here. Okay, we need to fall back. Fall back, fall back. Okay, we've got D.R. Jones troops on the way. And then we get Walton up right here. Go, go, go. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, man. Really hope we're not in big trouble. We don't have as much artillery out as we would like. We're getting flanked over here. Walker's brigade. He needs to just get the hell out of here. Having a hard time getting themselves together. They're at least able to put lead out, though. Sheesh. Come on, back it up, back it up, back it up. Go, 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 go. Double time, gentlemen. Go, go, go. There you go. Fall back, fall back. Fall back. Over here, you boys. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. You boys, double time from here. Alright, fall back. Throw some skirmishers back out from anywhere I can. Here, you boys, throw some out. Alright, we'll get some help from Hampton's boys. Alright. Now we've got ourselves in a dogfight, whether we like it or not over here. That's kind of what it is. Here we go. Let's have these skirmishers come on out here like this. Alright, let's put more of them down. Preston Smith taking this flanking fire from over here. It's not great. Let's get to the edge of the field here. Here we go. Hey, Wilson. Good to have you in. All right, here we go. Louisiana Tigers firing down from the rear of this unit here. They are getting flanked themselves. So you continue trying to press out of Sharpsburg. They haven't broken us yet. Breckinridge is up. Let's attack that brigade. Yep, okay, they broke us. Walker is done, and Walker gets wounded up there. That ain't great. That ain't great. Earl Van Dorn's brigade. Come on up. Come on up. So we'll have ourselves a little fight right out here. Walker's going to go back, I think, to Ewell. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Yankee brigades to deal with here. We're not taking such terrible fire from the rear there. Ooh, we're going to be able to outposition them from over here. Here we go. On the flank, right there. Perfect. Run. This is looking a little better up in here. Hampton up on this field. No, what are you doing, buddy? Okay. He's trying to get to where you can shoot in here. Alright, fine, Hampton. Go ahead. Advance to there. Yankees coming in. Change your facing. Give them hell. They're trying to jump on that fence right there. We got the battle line forming up. We've got D.R. Jones' troops, or rather Walton's troops, that'll come up on the flank. Beckham's finished the breastworks, and so he'll come here. And Ewell's corps is going to get to it. Oh my gosh, guys, this is a stand-up fight here, gentlemen. No, 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 Pemberton! Okay, he was charging in to try to avoid a lost resilience route. I'm afraid he didn't do himself any favors in there. Bull Nelson's army has met us with the horns out here, gentlemen. Here we go. Fire at those cannons. I think we broke this brigade right here. Fantastic. Get on the fence there with Hampton. Open fire. These skirmishers come by here. All right, excellent. We're doing some pretty heavy damage over here. They see us making this move over here, I think. Holy smokes, boys. How soon does Magruder get here? 14 hours. Damn it. All right. All right. Here we go. Louisiana Tigers in the rain, in the field. Taking heavy casualties as the Yanks try to push into the field after them. We need to stay on these guns here. Come on, boys. Ooh. See? I see somebody in the chat talking about, hey, man, the AI's doing pretty good here. I'm going to tell you what, man. Don't ever sleep on this AI, especially not in a meeting engagement. They'll fool you. Shit. Louisiana Tigers have broken. Nowhere near a lost resilience route. That's the good news. However, they are going to run back to Ewell, my guess anyway. Get on over here, Ewell. Okay, we're holding the line now. Let's double time with this brigade. Get... Okay, you already are. How freaking tired are we? We're well rested. Good. Skirmishers out across the board over this way. Get them deployed. Go, go, go. Get these guns up. Yep. Just like that. Fantastic. Let's get that brigade rallied. Might be back in business here, gentlemen. Let's go double time with this gun. Good. Whew. What are we going to get here, boys? Smith breaking. That's not great. I don't love that. Where's he going now? Where are you going now, buddy? Ah! Is he coming over this way somewhere? I guess we'll have to see. Who got wounded? Walker is wounded. Okay. Colonel. They're bringing artillery pain in on us. Let's go ahead and skirmish that. Or rather, let's have these skirmishers head here. Let's have these skirmishers go get those guns. do think we have a lesser experienced Yankee Army here. Here we go. Breckinridge with his Augustins doing pretty good here. Hampton, kind of the same. Okay, Van Dorn. Let's put him right at the edge of this field. All right. And here we go with more Lorenzes. Boom. Go. All right. Bending them like Beck. Oh, no. Fresh division in their rear here. 3, maybe 4 brigades. Problem. Go. Attack. We just need to come down in this field and attack them. I think there's a chance that is the other army. That may be the other Yankee army right there. Oh, shit. No, okay, I thought that was a whole bunch more of them. No. Here comes Smith. The Tigers. Attack. Let's push out and attack here. Let's keep skirmishers out where we can. Let's have this brigade come forward right here, even though they'll take canister. Charge, move in double time, gentlemen. All right, we need to get D.R. Jones over with his troops. Or I tell you what, he can probably go up with this brigade. Right there. Line looks more secure, but we got problems with our right. These skirmishers right here. We're going to bring them across to there. These skirmishers to there. Pierce, broken. Okay. I am now going to try and pull off a move. See, we got to save Beckham up here. Ooh, we're going to have ourselves a tilt right in the field. And Beckham's going to get surrounded. Shit. All right. No, come on back across here, man. No, shit. Okay. Beckham's in trouble. His only option is to charge. Our engineers right here. And Beckham puts his men at risk. And his life at risk. We're going to charge through the field into the rear of these Yankees. Here we go. Not so much into the rear of these Yankees, but we're going to try to charge into these Yankees here. They brought their division commander over. So this is going to be a toughie. We got to hope that our military experience will win the day here. And maybe we can charge all the way through and get back to our lines. Come on, boys. Nope. Break, but we'll be not in a lost resilience route, at least not yet. Damn it. Well, Ewell's Corps is going to be roughed up. Here we go. Let's get the skirmishers in here to try to save the day. Uji's brigade. Let's back up to the heights again. We're going to play defense now. We're going to play defense now. And we're going to put skirmishers out and start backing up. I want to back down in here if I can get away with it. We got to drive these guys off. going to lay these boys down. Open up from behind. Perfect. Let's have these guys do a bombard on that. Boom. Quick, quick, quick. Phew. It's making me sweat, gentlemen. We're going to run like crazy. It's chaos in the field here as Beckham's Engineers Brigade is going to try to make its way back to friendly lines. Still have this unit here. We're going to get across this area right there on a charge move, double time. Let's go. Is it bad luck that I'm not wearing my Chiefs hat? Could it be? Could it be? All right, the Tigers are rallying. Walker is going to be better. All we got to do is hold the line. And then Beckham is going to be better. These skirmishers are on their own. Oof. Oof. At least we can keep them busy, right? All right, so this battery right here, we're going to bring them down to here. Boom. Let's go. Yep, limber up. Limber up. Double time. All right, and then brigade by brigade. Drayton. He's going to come down here. Right against that fence. And then we're going to start peeling back here. We're going to go boom. Walker will be coming. These units here, boom. Let's go ahead and let's do what we should be doing here. And get those guys punished. Oh my goodness, look at the crossfire on that Yankee brigade right there. Whew. Hey, glad to have Ark in watching. Jude. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Fire. Oh, we're going to get close with our Lorenzes. This is going to hurt. Oh. Dropping bodies with Bryan's brigade. Hampton is going to charge forward all the same. Charge, move, go. Oh my God. All those skirmishers got wiped. I thought that might be Beckham's brigade, was it? It might have been. Oh my God. Has Beckham disintegrated? Beckham losing men. Beckham whipped. Where is he? Oh my God. I think he got disappeared, man. For the fight, anyway. I think he's just gone. His men have dispersed or something. No, here he is. Phew. Thank God. Okay, I think maybe I just let my nerves get the better of me there. I might have seen him a second ago. All right, here we go. All right, we broke those skirmishers. Fine. Okay, I think we're living. We're living. We're living. Okay, let's get these boys out of here. All right, Bryan, and we're going to have Van Dorn's troops come back. Going to go there. Taylor's going to come back, and we're going to go there. Hampton is going to come back, and we're going to go there with him. Uji is already on his way. Breckenridge is going to come back, and we're going to go there with him for now. James and his cannons are going to come back, and we're going to go there with him for right now. We're going to keep the skirmishers out front. Van Dorn with his men and skirmishers is going to act as a rear guard for now. D.R. Jones is going to get on the move. And we're just going to put everything back together. Walker's coming as well. Boom. All right. And then we're just going to put everything back together back there. Stovall, let's get him on the move out to the flank right here. Okay. Okay. I'm worried that the Yankees have their second army on the field and that it's bearing down on us from somewhere. After seeing how aggressive they were here, it's got me a little concerned. Little concerned, can't lie. Okay, let's get everybody on the move now. Brian, you were supposed to come back to here, right? Hampton's moving good. Jones, let's go, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. You're going to use the road there, buddy? You're going to make our skirmishers have to come up here and cover your butt? Here we go. So the first battle just out on the outskirts of town, I don't know what you would call this area right here. The southern outskirts, something like that. I would go grab this gun, but I don't think it'd be worth it. Let's go ahead and get up into a different formation doing this here. Yep, that works. Brian, why is it you are never on the move where I tell you to be, man? Okay, DR, you need to double time, buddy. Here goes DR Jones. He's riding by and giving the old, hey, 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 boys. You didn't get us this time. Not this time. Van Dorn's skirmishers are going to come down. And Van Dorn himself get on this fence right here. Charge move to it. That looks good. Whiting. Whew. They've had a rough day. Whiting has had a rough day. Crook withdrawn. Brigade of Crook has marched away from the battle with 100 men. 50 cavalry, 5 guns heading north. Oh, interesting. Okay. The skirmishers over here. Let's get into town. Why not? Let's do it with these guys too. In the church. Let's start screwing with these boys. We'll leave Van Dorn as a screen back here. Bring everybody else back. Whew. Oh, those meeting engagements, man. This is how they go. That's why I like meeting engagements the best. Division under Turchin with Brown's brigade here. Van Dorn. Right on that fence. I'm going to have Whiting stay up here with Van Dorn for the time being. All right, these skirmishers are going to get back on this fence. Without breaking, I hope. And we'll occupy part of the town and just be annoying. Van Dorn will be a hero out here, perhaps. Here we go, Earl. What you got, buddy? He's looking good. Yeah, man. We'll just stand up here and fire for a while. Why not? And we've got his skirmishers out here on the flank. Works well for me. We got our skirmishers camped in the town. I think that works well too. We'll need to get through the rest of this day with Ewell. And then we'll have... Magruder on. And I think we'll have him to redeploy with. That'll be the good news. I would say we should take probably one of our brigades here, whichever one ends up coming all the way back. Let's have Uji leapfrog all the way back to the objective. Oop. Go ahead. The Reverend Adams' house, I think, is where we build our next line. We'll put the woods in front of us here. We'll have this field in front of us here. And interesting. But we'll have the flanks anchored pretty well. Smith is back. Okay, let's bring him here. Here comes Brian. Okay, Drayton comes back. Let's put him here for now. Beckham is back. And it looks like Van Dorn has done his job well. Beckham is back. So we want to put him, say, here. Taylor. Yep. Okay, we got our artillery position pretty well. We got ourselves a little makeshift line right here. Hampton could come out to here. Just kind of go bit by bit. A little past noon here, gentlemen. A little past noon. And I would say Ewell would be curious at this stage to know what the butcher's bill may be. A little over 2,600 men after that sharp. Oh, no. I just want you to move there, buddy. So I think that's a good question, Phil. Phil McCracken in with this one. This is a good one. I think that you end up getting the battle flag as the war goes along. I do think that the developers did a good job of kind of like switching what the main national flag is throughout this, the course of the campaign. As far as getting it on the units in tactical battles, I'm actually not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. So you got Schenck, Craig, Smith, Burns, Brown, bunch of generals I don't know. Let's get Van Dorn and let's bring him back. Let's take Whiting. Let's bring him back. And then we'll just try to get this thing a little better organized. What a sharp little action there to start the day. I think that'll be good for now. We'll keep presence in the town just to be pesky. But that was exciting. That was exciting for sure. If we'd have left that up to the AI generals, I don't think that would have gone well for us. Not so sure. But wow, what a little battleground right here, gentlemen. Wow. Not sure they're going to bother us too much other than trying to just make their way through the town. They'll rout our skirmishers. Those guys will just be kind of like a forward outpost for us. Let's go... Let's go line here. And then let's go around and see if there are perks available anywhere. Real quick. Here. Not yet. No. No. Double check. No. And not there. Nobody's got perks in Ewell's wing just yet. We'll leave the AI Yanks behind for now. And then we don't have a fence lining this field, which I find a little odd. But obviously it's still on somebody's property here. So the Reverend Adams property, let's say. Let's bring these boys to here. Or I'll tell you what. Let's get our division commanders, okay? Now we've got everybody kind of back. Walton, all right? Let's put Walton's division in charge of the left. Okay, bonk. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to put D.R. Jones here. And then Whiting will be in reserve here. You can see we're going to take a little artillery punishment in the town as we take some pot shots from out the buildings there in Sharpsburg. Love that. Love that. Well, so Vez, I see your question there. You're new. I'll address that. I think that if you want something that is more of a mill sim, I've been trying to sum up my thoughts about this particular thing, how it's different from Ultimate General, how it's different from Total War, how it's different from... Like, if you want something that's more like a mill sim for the Civil War or Black Powder or what have you, this is for you. This is an effort to try and simulate the Civil War, and in the best way possible within the realm of a video game. And I will tell you that from the grand perspective, there are pieces of the game that you can auto manage to help you in learning the game bit by bit. But what I will tell you is, if you take time, if you get the game and you take time to learn it, you read the manual, got to do some reading, cover to cover, read the manual, go through one campaign definitely as the Union. That's what I did because it's easier. Your mistakes don't cost you as much when you're playing as the Union. So play as the Union and go through a whole campaign, maybe have everything auto-managed, but then start to peel back the auto-manage function of every different part of the game, like economy, policy, projects, army administration, replacements, reinforcements, weapons procurement, right? You control all of these things in this game. It's a holistic military logistics and economic simulator. I would say the closest that Ultimate General ever got to this, which was something that I think that they strove for in Ultimate General American Revolution. I think they got close with that because that ends up being pretty complex when you're playing through the grand campaign of it. So if you liked that game and you enjoyed how complex it got, then I think this is kind of the next step up. A lot of complexity. You got to kind of know a little bit about the Civil War, I think, to have a real good time. If you don't know a whole lot, this is the game that will help get you interested in understanding when things did happen in history and what policies were passed and when. It'll get you interested in Civil War history so that you can come back into the game and I think know that much more about what it is that you're doing. And so I advocate for it in that vein. If that is what you're looking for, more of a complex mill sim for the Civil War, this is it. That's my bailiwick. That's what I love. I love Ultimate General Civil War. I love Ultimate General series games. I love Total War games. If I just want to, I love War of Rights, right? If I just want to sit down and I just want to have an hour of fun, an hour and a half of fun, if that's what I'm looking to do, I turn to games like that. If I'm looking to immerse myself in a detailed, complex reliving of the whole Civil War and everything that was involved, including the politics and things like that, this is the game. Mm. 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 Yeah, Ark said it. This game does not have a Civil War equal. For those of us that have been playing it for a while and, you know, have enjoyed it like we have, it really just doesn't have an equal. There is no contemporary that, once you figure this game out, really comes close to giving you what this game gives you as a Civil War enthusiast, I would say. There's just nothing better. And the little blemishes and imperfections about the tactical battles notwithstanding, right? The tactical battles are like, for me, the bonus. Everything that this game is meant to be is within the campaign layer for the most part, I would say. That is where you really peel back the layers of what this game gives you, for sure. Not on beer 2 just yet. We're working on it. We got the mason jar about 2/3 empty. I think you were talking to Fornicator there, though, but I figured you were calling me General. Okay. Since, you know, we role play a little here. Oh. Well, okay. There you have that. There's that. So, the enemy is going to retreat after that. And we'll be done. We'll probably end up pulling back, too. But a sharp little fight right there. Okay, they lose more than us, quite a bit. So we did a good job of coming in here, punching them in the mouth. We'll knock back the Army of the Shenandoah. The problem is that we won't knock back the Army of Northeastern Virginia, I don't think. We'll have to see about that. Otherwise, I would say Ewell and Magruder might likely pull back into Virginia. And again, I need to talk with you guys about some different things that are facing us here in the days and weeks ahead. We got important stuff to talk about. We got policy stuff to talk about. Do we need to run down the diplomacy tree? You know. Okay, the enemy is withdrawn orderly from the field. Got it. Got it. Got it very well. Ah, yes. And the best way, Vez, I really appreciate you giving me the chance to jump on my soapbox there. The only way that I could tell you about gauging your purchasing decision for sure is this new wave of thing that we have, which is me, a streamer, who's on here all the time, every other night, streaming this game live. Yeah, spend a week with me on here and join the crew and here in the saloon talking and jibing about Civil War and other things. They're funny as hell in here too. I would tell you and everybody, just spend a little while watching us play the game, and there will be a lot of pointers and tips from folks who also were in the chat there. All other groggy nuts and grognards like myself who will chime in with little bits and pieces about the game that I don't even know about yet. So there we go. Victory at Leesburg. Get 3 guns out of that and about 2,000 rifles. I'll take that. So the Army, okay, that's just it. It's the Army of Northeastern Virginia that we were fighting there, not the Army of the Shenandoah. Okay, that's where there was a bit of a mix-up. And what I would say after that is that we're immediately going to be bringing the Army back to here. Okay, Beauregard and his whole wing, we're going to come back to here. Take the trains in double time. Right? Come on back. And the Army of the Northwest, we're going to stay up here near Harper's Ferry for now. And we're going to suck these iron supplies. I think as long as we stay right here, I think we'll continue to get this. Right? So let's go ahead and push play, keep this going. Now, the matter before us, holistically, gentlemen, okay, McCulloch has been on the move. He's managed to get himself out of trouble. All right, but is it time to make a replacement? That's $1.99 in the Super Chat donation right there. How we got it. ARC for Banks quality of bailiwick, use of bailiwick once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Yes, Pickett was killed, I'm afraid. I'm afraid, Miller. So I'm thinking that after we get back to Arkansas, we may need to consider a change. But I don't know, other than Price, who we could promote, I don't know who we would have take McCulloch's place other than Albert Sidney Johnson. Out here in the far west, I think that could be pretty interesting, to be honest with you. Let's come back down here to this supply depot. Or actually, no. Let's come out here back to Fort Gibson. Here we go. Just get back to our territory. Yep. Here. Then get back to Fort Smith. He was in the middle of a retreat. That's why I can't move him right now. Our Navy was in the middle of heading back south. We'll get back behind our fort for now. And we had been whipping McClellan and these armies in Kentucky for some time. But we were forced to back up. McClellan did a good job on me here. Kind of tricking me. Another $5 super chat from Wilson Raiders. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for jumping in with these. This is so huge, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. You guys are the best. Thank you. Thank you. That's for the cigar fund. Yeah. Uh-huh. You better believe. We end up just chewing on them on these nights because we have to be inside, guys. So, I apologize for disappointment on that, maybe. But, here we go. Excellent. Got the Army back. Go to green there. Gonna get that over with. We're gonna go defensive. So, I had wondered why the Army of the Northwest didn't join in that last battle, because I was trying to trap the Army of Northeastern Virginia right here and destroy them. And it was because I had them in defensive posture right there. All right, here we go. Still in green, still in green. Okay, so I'm going to come back to where we were. Right near Manassas right here. Go, go, go. 2 times. Let's keep the foot cavalry moving. Ewell, come on back. 2 times, buddy. Let's go. Excellent. All right, now the Army of Virginia is going to cross back to here again. Take the train, boys. And we'll just kind of reset. Okay, they tried to outfox us around here and ended up with a little campaign that turned into a victory for us. Works for me. All right, so to the matter at hand, okay, is the conversation I want to have with you guys about policy priorities, okay? So what is it that I should be doing? Oh, by the way, we got a breakdown right here. Hang on. Hang on, we got a breakdown right here. Love that. Love that. Always a fun sound. Keep it lively, baby. Keep it lively. Now, we need impressment. We're going to get that in 7 days. But here's the deal. My inclination was to kind of start running down the government funding policy tree. All right? Because war bonds, which will reduce the wealth again, could be very useful. Then there was a question of continuing Government Policy 1 Act tree and vote to increase tariff caps, where we could take tariffs all the way up to 50%. Now, I was thinking of doing this because, again, I think Britain is going to be agnostic. They can find other cotton somewhere else, which they did in real life. This whole practice of worrying a whole lot about whether or not Europe likes us and whether or not we're going to be able to get them in the war, I'm just not sure about. I'm just not sure about it. The other idea would be to try and start running down the cotton is king policy so that we could go ahead and do this. At least we get European relations boosted by 10, which will help us a little bit. Here's the other piece. We already have the ability to raise enough subsidy, maximum of $5 million, to get us one particular policy called Cotton is King that kind of does the same thing as trying to do it in the policy tree, right? Each level of this project further improves relations with European nations. So with the amount of subsidy that we have right now, we could probably afford to go ahead and do Cotton is King as a project, right? Start withholding some of our cotton from Europe, baking in a little bit of that boost for relations, right? But not do it, not burn one of our limited policies on Cotton is King here. All right, and then, so do we do that, or do we try to run down the Cotton is King so we can get to here? By the way, the max I can do, since I didn't do Cotton is King in my game start policies, I can't go past level 2. Okay, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing for everybody to know about. Let me get through all this, and I'm going to jump in the chat. I'm going to see what you guys have to say. The next thing is the idea I talked about is quick. And this isn't for the subsidy money as much as it is just trying to run all the way down on the diplomacy tree to here. Okay, European relations go plus 15. Further French arms imports become available. All right. And then French intervention is made possible. Right? So maybe if we help the French down in Mexico, maybe by the time we get to late 1863, 1864, maybe the French come in on our side. Hopefully the Spanish haven't come in against us before then, of course. But a run all the way down to this, now that the situation in Mexico is deteriorating right now, this may actually be our smartest move given our present situation. I'm becoming more and more convinced about it the more I kind of think about it. But there's just this stuff with the money that we've got to worry about. So what do we think? Do we do Tariff Act or not? Do we begin running down the government funding track? Do we also consider trying to take a diversion, take time out to get industrialization 1 going so that we can increase industry subsidies that much more so we can begin doing the things we've talked about doing, which is we've got an iron mine near Knoxville that we want to upgrade. We've got a foundry down in northern Mississippi that we want to upgrade. That way we can help our war industry and iron production that much more, right, guys? So let's see what we're saying in the chat about all this right here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go through this industrial. Okay. Tariffs. Okay. I'm going to make Spain even more big mad. Union AI likes running down emancipation tree, which sets foreign intervention off as an option. Industrial. Industrial. Everybody's talking industrial. So, industrial. Okay. That was so next. I think after this, boom, and then I think we need to go industrial. That's what everybody's saying, right? So I'm fine with that. I really am. Like, because it was in my mind. I was thinking it. I think that it could be really interesting to see what happens. But you guys are right. Like, we kind of need to start building this up. But what I'm going to do, I like to take these things one at a time. So we need to wait for impressment to finish in 7 days, and then we'll get to it. We'll get going industrial 1, and then we may go ahead and we may even hit industrial 2. We'll see how it goes. But I think you guys have convinced me on that front. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Beeperman makes a great point. I just think everybody's talking. This is what I say. Just because it's the majority doesn't mean that it's right. There is that. Okay? Oh, and look at Army of Northeastern Virginia and where they're going. Holy moly. And so this is the thing. What would make me also think, too, is that tariff is the only thing we could do. I'm thinking maybe I do impressment, then tariff, then industry. Is I think maybe what I might do. Because our credit rating is double B right now, and it's 1861. We're down to negative 600 million right now. All right, I think that's got to do with interest. Yeah. And then I think we wouldn't have it. We need more money. The government needs more money. Otherwise, we're going to go broke trying to fight this thing with the troops that we already have, and we need bigger armies, man. So, and that's the thing with industry. It's like, yeah, I want to be able to buy more stuff too, but you know, this stuff's all getting super expensive, and our government, I cannot run out of money. That's just not the way this needs to go. All right, let's go. Let's force march it. Go. All the way back. Let's get this one in the yellow. And let's get the Army of Arkansas out of here. You can see there are 2 armies here combined. See, it happened twice. It happened once in Missouri. 2 armies managed to combine with unexpected strength. Their Army of Arkansas right here, I thought I had whipped them down to like 3,000, 5,000 men. Turns out they've got 13,000 with the Department of the West now at 12. I think there's a chance that they might have done a transfer of troops from the Department of the West to the Army of Arkansas, is what I'm thinking. Because that's probably what I would have done. Whoa, what are these guys doing? Oh, they're patrolling there. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so do we have a new member in right there? Brad Hale, I've not seen you before. Brad, sir, welcome. And I appreciate you ahead of time. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. New members are always welcome. Boy, Yule's got to get a move on here. Okay, we're scouting. We're going to guard supplies with these boys. We've got a depot here. Fantastic. We're going to keep this one on the green, keep this one in the yellow. We've got a project. Do we have rifled artillery yet? We do have Confederate guns, but no, we're doing rifled artillery next. And these can be frontline guns for us. Here is the other thing I wanted to look at right now. Weapons. Okay. How are we doing with standardization here? We're at standardization 2 on the Plains rifle. We're at standardization 7 on the Mississippi rifle. Here we go, boys. Here we go. If we can get this puppy to where we're cranking it. Okay, we've got a little over a month to go to finish this first order of 5,000. Boy, if we could crank out 30,000 of those, we be cooking, boys. Those Mississippi rifles fire out to 500 yards. Count it, 500, boys. 500. Let's dig in right here. Staying on defensive. Good, good. See the thing, we need to get that credit rating up. That's just it. That is just it. And I'm going to wait till I get in the green with these cavalry troops. The first Indian cav here. And probably going to wait until springtime too. I'll tell you what, though, this isn't a bad spot for me to go ahead and try to refill this mason jar in a beer. Oh, here we go. The Trent Fair resolved. We'll get to this first. Confederate diplomats released. Lincoln backs down. Relations returning to normal. After the Trent Affair, where the Union Navy forced a neutral British ship to halt and hand over Confederate diplomats, Mason and Slidell, relations between the Union and the British Empire have been ice cold. While the Union politicians were planning their next steps to resolve the affair, reports say the British started full-blown preparations for an invasion. While the release of the imprisoned diplomats has eased tensions, the British preparations have bolstered their strength both in Canada and at sea. Rumors indicate the British Army in Canada is now some 20,000 men strong, well-equipped, armed, and with up to tens of thousands of militiamen training in reserve. Ooh, boy. Okay. I wonder how that looks. Can we see British troops up here anywhere? We see a depot right here. Fantastic. We got that fort right there, level 3 fort. Good luck taking that sucker. Another level 3 fort right here. British infrastructure is going to be top-notch for sure. This Army of Pennsylvania continues doing nothing. You know, the Richmond Rifles is a thought. And then, yeah, I think, so we're going to do, I'm going to do rifled artillery. I do think that going and doing training manuals, where is that? Boom. Ooh, we could go ahead and do it now, but I don't want to do it yet. I want to do the rifles first. To improve training of the large volunteer armies new and up to each level of this project further increases the effectiveness of training, meaning the troops' training level increases faster when they are encamped. This is important. This winter, I'll tell you what, Fornicator General, you are right. I think we want to have that as soon as we can get it. Soon as we can get it. After that rifled artillery. I want to get that rifled artillery locked in so that we can resort to it. Richmond Rifles is one. Like that's one that I didn't quite know about. I will say, number one, I went Legacy Rifles first, and now I'm kind of stuck with it a little bit. I wasn't sure about Confederate rifles at the very beginning. I think I was, at the time, I didn't have a lot of military subsidy to work with. And I was kind of just going to angle at what I could get quicker. And so I went with the Legacy rifles. And that's kind of the direction that we went, right? I wanted to get good long-range rifles in the hands of our troops as soon as I possibly could. And I think I was going to have to wait around a fair bit longer to get the Confederate rifles done. So we may come back around and do those because they are good rifles. They kind of mimic the Springfield rifled musket, right? They just take that technology and you're able to crank out Richmond rifles, which are pretty damn good. So coming back around to that is, I think, in the cards for sure. We've already talked a little. I'd love to get some Enfields, but I think we'll do the Confederate rifles instead of doing Enfields, because Enfields are pretty damn good. We're relying on Austrian rifles for our armies this time around. Hey, okay. So, I think you're right. Let's have Magruder, or let's have Ewell. Let's have him tuck in right here. Force the march, bud. Okay. Magruder in range of that. Yep. So, we'll go on defensive with everybody right here. Okay. And then we're going to try to lodge up like you're talking about. Look at them right here. Nope, they're not taking that mine back yet. No, sir. And get to training. I was thinking of something else right there, but I forgot already. See, the thing to know for everybody is, one thing that we did do is we very aggressively rushed down to get Military 2 done, which increases our maximum military subsidy for projects up to $20 million per year. So right now we're drawing down $17 million. I don't have it pegged. I kind of never actually do that. It's a little bit of a house rule thing that I do. My God, the interest is killing us right now. I feel like. Or did we just take more bonds? No, we did not. Something is killing us. This went from 600 to 641 somehow. Interesting. All right. Well, when that impressment policy passes, I think we'll be in much better shape there. Those government funding measures are going to be really important, I think. We just got to get out of Missouri with McCulloch's army. Let's look at armies and perks. You guys, I think, have hit on something good there. So, Ewell's wing was in the fight, right? And then we've got Lorenz's to hand out. All right, Drayton. Let's give him some Springfield muskets. Taylor, since I'm going to try to do this kind of in order. If you are at mixed muskets, you go up to Springfield musket. If you are at Springfield musket, you end up getting the new Lorenz rifle or Augustin. So we'll give these guys some Lorenzes. If you've already got Mississippi's, you keep them. These boys, we'll give them Augustine. Right? And then who really deserves weapon upgrades right now is the army that everybody's been talking about out west. Right here. Gentlemen. Right here. Pillow's army. And Pillow's not going anywhere. Pillow's not going anywhere, maybe all war. I'm sorry, but... Okay. He's very solid. He's very famous. I mean, let's look at our officers. Okay, Johnson isn't better than him. Johnson is better than him and is also legendary. Okay. So Joe Johnson maybe deserves the command out in Missouri or in Arkansas instead of A.S. Johnson. And A.S. Johnson's numbers are all going down. So let's get into this army and let's start giving some Lorenzes and stuff out and look for perks. Let's go through for perks first right here. Of course, you know how it go when we get into this phase of the game right here. Ah, no perks. Do have some guys on furlough, it looks like. Yeah, I remember that. So, guys that are deserving get the upgrade. The Florida Militia, Plains Rifles, they can keep those. The Alabama State Militia under Bonham. How about the Alabama Brigade, eh? And we'll go ahead and we'll give them some Augustine rifles. Brown, no. Posey, no. Tolliver, he's already got his Augustine, so we'll let him keep those. Claiborne, he fought hard in that last battle that he was in. He got whooped pretty good. Let's go ahead, let's give him some Augustines. Little Jones, he gets Mississippi rifles, baby. John M. Jones, he was a coward, came back, has redeemed himself. His unit's got a star. Now they get some new rifles. So Buckner Senior's division right here. We're going to have 2 brigades with Mississippi rifles. Both with 1 star of experience. Fantastic. We have cavalry here. We could put them under a division commander, a division of cavalry. But I don't think I'm keen on doing that. I would like for all of them to still take orders from the main commander so that I can spread them out on both wings of the army if I want to when we're deployed out. But I think that'll do for this army's weapons upgrades. Let's go back to Magruder's Corps. Or rather, let's check. This is a force that we don't look at too much. And that is in the main army here. That is Frost's division. Lomax. So these guys, these guys need upgrades. Let's give them Lorenz's. Withers. I'm not sure these guys have really earned it. Honestly. I think we'll keep their Springfield muskets. These guys are armed with their mixed cavalry weapons. Let's see. Can we upgrade any of these yet? Doesn't look like it. No. Still couldn't before in the last stream when we tried it. I don't think we can now. Very well. Tell you what, I'll keep the music up for now because we are going to take a little breaky poo to get a little more beer. I heard you. I saw you. Oh, there it is, gentlemen. So we've got a perk to do then, eh? Well, Yule gets another one. Well, I would say generally what I like to do with my perks is line them up. Let's do engineers and mechanics this time. Bingo. Fantastic. All right, what have we been saying in the chat, gentlemen? Perks, yeah, we got it. So, economic reform. So you talking market reform? Oh, you're talking policies? Right? Okay. So maybe we do go to government funding too. I feel like we just, like I was just looking at, we are in some trouble. We are in some trouble, boys. See how interest. We need to keep up with that. That is the number that I think is going to continue to go up. We got to watch that interest number. All right. Off we go. I mean, we're about ready to increase the size of our Navy by a pretty good bit with these ironclads we're building. We'll see how this shakes out. Can't wait to get that next policy done. That way we can keep running. down the tree. We need to bring our tariffs up. I think the decision has been made in my mind. I think we have to bring tariffs up. I think we don't have a choice. Now, we need to just get this army out of here, by God. Ugh. It's taken them forever. And these guys are headed this way now. Ooh. Oh. What are they doing? Interesting. Okay. We may need to keep an eye out with the Raging Cajun Squadron here. These guys may be coming down some trickeration. Come down the road and then board ships here. Come on down. Attack this fort. It's what I would do if I was looking to be a tricky AI. It's what I would do. All right, the thing with that is going to be that oftentimes your little squadron will miss the troops after they get on their boats. We'll see what we get there. We dance the same. Hey, all right. I see you. I see you there. Very white guy. That one white guy at the club. That one white guy at the pub. That's me, or it was, for a long time. Cut it, print it, baby. We do have plenty of trees to cut, that's for sure. Okay, somebody was talking about, I forget who mentioned it. What if, just imagine, what if we were to put another fort right here, if that is the thing that like sends us over the edge? I'm afraid to spend any damn money. Okay, the economy report. Oh my God, our liabilities are so high. We are in recovery. Wealth for our population below average and decreasing. Tax revenues decreased by another 8.1 million. We just got, I think tariffs, we got to do it. Production over the last 3 months. Okay. Plus 31 million. Okay, see, that's the thing. Corporate production going up is good. Export volume beat imports still. So these tariffs, it's a protectionist measure. It helps. So I feel like we're already down this road. We'd have to come up with some sort of alternate history plot line for how Jefferson Davis, who campaigned on not doing tariffs, would shamelessly break that campaign promise. Even I mean, it is wartime. It is wartime. But I mean, Davis, part of the reason why the Southern powers that be were down with Davis was because he was not down with tariffs. Damn it! They took that iron mine back. Urgh. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Porterfield here is going to get replaced. This guy, I'm afraid that his tardiness at the last battle, even though that was my fault, his, say, inability to make things happen out here, I would say he gets called back to Richmond. Hey, buddy, we need your help with administrative matters. And Joe Johnson takes over. I went ahead and did it without anybody saying anything about it. You guys, you go ahead. You talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, go to max all tax and tariffs. Yeah, right. I've heard that you really do start to hurt yourself after a while with the tariffs in terms of the European trade, and I think that might slow down our weapons imports maybe a lot. I don't know. But I just think that we need the money. And honestly, I would say that I need to talk to you guys again about this. Hey, we got the triple B minus. Yay! Oh, fantastic. Is this whole deal where we run down and go for this. When was, okay, I got to look this up, right? So I'm going to Google now. When was Cinco de Mayo in history? And we're going to bring this up right here. Like that. May 5th, 1862. So there it is, right there. We would have to race down this tree by May. And then get, so it would take us a month, another month, another month. It would take us December, January, February, maybe into March, April to get it done. Guys, I'm telling you, with Spain on our ass potentially, another railroad, right? So, I just don't know, guys. It's like my gut is telling me that we should just go for it. I think we could. It would be so close. Here's what we got to do. I think what we've got to do is we've got to start spending money on politics. Just a little bit of extra spending on politics. And to suffice, or to kind of balance that out, we'll bring a little money down and a little money down, since we can afford it in the military side. We're going to go $4 million in politics, and that's going to help speed up our policy research. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to go Tariff Act. We got to do it. And then I think I want to run down the diplomacy tree and go for French intervention. You guys, veto me if you want, and say we got to go Industry 1. Veto it if you want. I've got to know. I know I've got a couple of advocates for this. Just going down, and we're talking like mid to long term, needing a friend for weird stuff that may go down. So we got to beat Cinco de Mayo, right? Just jump into the chat with your opinions about that, and tell me I'm just stupid and crazy, or tell me that you guys would be willing to go on that ride. Yeah, tariff income will slow down over time. That's correct. As things develop. Yes, sir. And there's the idea that, the argument is we got to try to start flexing our own muscle. We use the tariffs, then we do industry to make it so that we can really start using our own industry a little bit better and subsidizing our own industry to start expanding, right? I just don't think we'd be able to do tariffs, then industry, and then run down and get it done in time. I just don't think we would be able to do it. Now, this is going to save us a good amount of money. I'm going to go ahead and go for tariffs right after this is done in a day or two. But I'd also be interested to see how much this saves us on supply depots, which I think is where we'll see it in the numbers. See, this is what I'm talking about. Whoever was asking about the difference of this game to other contemporaries like we're talking about, this is it. This right here, this piece right here, this campaign complex situation. This is what This is what hits me right in the nipples. Let's burn this guy down. We don't need it. Burning down. Thank you. All right, so we are getting resources from these farms, it looks like. Support's down to 49%, though, so it's on the Union side for sure. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay, regulars is not a bad. I like that. I like that. You know, that was the other one I was looking at too. Right here, guys. We get 6, like 1,500 man regular brigades. Okay, now the thing to look at with that is, okay, we lose 5 military experience if we do that. Right now, we are up on them by 8, which is what helps to explain kind of a little bit of way that battle went, this last battle, because we just kind of ran right into them, but we were able to kind of run into them and drive them off. We had decent guns, and then we had a lot of really good military experience kind of over top of them, and we got that by our filibustering policy right there. So I'm just reticent to do it. I mean, it gives you a little bit more troops, right? And they're really good quality troops. They come in and they're like, I think they're all 2-star or maybe 3-star troops. What would letters of marque do? Yeah, Union Sea Trade is down 2.5%, which... See, this would do the opposite. We could do the Free Trade Act and tariff rates would go down. I just don't think we can afford it. I don't think we can afford it right now. Okay, let's get our impressment done. And let's see what we can conjure up after that. For the time being, you can see we're cold and wintry now. Oh, this is another thing I love about this game, the weather. The weather. How many men does this army have now? Wow, 2,900. That's why. Oh, that is the army that's been siphoning and transferring troops elsewhere. By God. It'll be a harsh march over this way if those guys really are heading there. Same for us as we try to march south. Yes, yes. By the way, that regulars chat, where does that Okay. All right. Guys are saying we should do it. It's not a bad idea, fellas. It's really not. So what would be good about that right there is impressment's going to boost our number of recruits. Okay, that's a nice little thing. And then boom, regulars. It's quick. We could do that. Members are chiming in. Hey guys, hey. I show respect and give respect to members because you know why. Men who earn and come here and pay for the pleasure. You know what I'm talking about. The council has spoken. Regulars it shall be. Screw the fates. Screw the fates. We will have better men. Now, where do we send the regulars? I think maybe we might have to split them up. We might have to go 3 brigades here, 3 brigades in the east, or, dare I say, all 6 with the Army of Tennessee. There we go, boys. There we go. Mm. Fornicator, I think we're getting overruled, my man. I think we're getting overruled. We've got one council member. He might like to try and make the argument for a rush down the diplomacy tree. General Fornicator, by the way, a new father in the saloon. Sir, your words carry weight, I will say. So please tell us your argument. If you know, we've got everybody who wants us to do regulars next. It's coming. So we got half a day. Make your best pitch. Here we go. Mm. 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 I think what weapons do regulars come with? That's a good question. Here we go. Confederacy impressing supplies and slaves. Slaves to free whites to fight. Support among slave holders plummets. So we make a few plantation owners. Mm. Oh, you know what? I think folks are talking about it. Regulars, it'll get done in 20 days. Problem is, they'll cost us more money. Guys, I got to do Tariff Act. And then I'll do regulars, I promise. And then, Fornicator, I'll start running down that damn foreign policy tree, is what I think I'll do. Although it might be smarter to do industry one after that. But I'm going to do tariffs. I'm going to do Tariff Act. 20 days. Okay, let's get the military. So they're working on industrialization 1. Okay, they're working on railroad construction and supply reform, which is what they've just completed in the last month. So they can now field bigger armies. That's a project that we've got to look at, guys. 0 brigade. 7 new ships have been started. They're back up to 81% morale. Okay. Fornicator's making his arguments now. Mm. 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 See, Fornicator, you and I are thinking on the same wavelength, kind of. I just. I would like to do regulars when they could be of use to us immediately. I think there's a fair argument to be made. I think that's a good point. Like right now, we get regulars. Okay, what the hell do we do with them? Kind of a thing. We're all just kind of chilling out in winter quarters for the most part. Or will be. Can we get rifled guns yet? Yes, no. Not quite. How far away are we? Okay. We'll get there soon. Mm. 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 Okay. Okay. I think folks are kind of coming around to the diplomacy tree idea. Let's... So what... somebody says... iron output. Right now... Okay, we are producing 76, but we only need 51.64 right now, I guess. Which is wild. Maybe that'll go back up. Oh, you know why? You know what it was? I think it was building that railroad. Building that railroad took our iron demand way up. I think that's what that was. Wow. Maybe. Maybe. I may be wrong. Mm. Mm. Okay. All right. Regulars in the springtime, because then we'll be able to use them. We can upgrade their weapons immediately. I think we'll do tariffs, boom. Industry, boom. And then we will race. Or we'll just do tariffs and then race. I think that's what we'll get to doing here. Yeah, so here we go. Let's go ahead and let's have this ship go here. Let's have this ship. Let's have this ship stop. Okay, now get you in a patrol right here. Boom. And we're gonna take naval supremacy right there. Take it and own it. Now, what I don't understand is, anybody wants to jump in the chat, this is something I haven't quite figured out yet, is when the armies go into their winter quarters, I guess it'll be when the winter weather has been around for long enough, maybe. Like out here, holy smokes. December 5th, nah. So we'll do those rifle guns. We'll then do the training manuals. Because what I'd like to do is do the rifle guns, get the orders for the rifled guns in. Right? Let's see how much our finance... Oh, would you look at that? Okay, cost of supply depots is down. Fantastic. Looks like cost of recruitment is down. Okay. God, somebody go back in the VOD somehow and look at where I think our supply depot cost was over 100 million before. Wow. Where's interest? Down. Ooh. Okay. We're doing tariffs, baby. We're doing this thing. Oh my God, I'm excited about this plan and how this might roll forward for us here. This is great. Yeah. I can't believe they have any they don't have any ships in Cairo or Cairo. So, again, we're kind of watching it for this. Okay, now stop. Okay, now they're going to begin flexing some of their industrial muscle. More support for union factories. Okay, now they'll be on to their next policy, which means whatever I get in my intelligence report next month means that they're already going to be real close to passing it. Most likely. They've already done railroad construction, which means they're going to start utilizing railroads or building even more. I don't know how many more damn railroads they have to build in the first place. They've got them all built already. And then what was it they did? Supply reform. So now their depots can be upgraded to level 2 and 3. And that's something that we're really going to need to look seriously at. Look, this depot, 10 pieces of artillery. Get out of here. 0.1 pieces of artillery ammunition. I guess we don't need that much. Provisions 1,008. That's fine. Small arms ammo at 0.2 pieces. What's that about? Uniforms same. Weapons same. Not sure about that. So where are we getting everything? Will it show us? Okay. Oh, it's because it's all coming in from Virginia. And everything's all blockaded and stuff. That's what it is. Pretty sure. Damn. I wonder, should we then build one down here? And maybe it's able to collect supplies here and then push them north or something. Ooh, that's interesting. Tough to tell for sure. Or maybe it has to do with the fact that the ammunition is just constantly being sent forward. That may be it. I'm not sure about that one. Markets in Texas. I'll tell you what. Let's look at market influences right here real quick and just kind of be reminded about where we've got them. So we've got them already here. I bet we could probably, I mean, we're already, so how does having a market and 8.2, or wait, where is there a market that's influencing over here? I don't see a market down here. I think it's just the town or something. Where is the market over here? I forgot where there it is, right there. All right. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on that, but doing something where like we have a market here maybe in Houston or in Beaumont. This may be a good spot for one. Just to get things moving more quickly from east to west to Houston. I think that may be, I may be sold on that right there. Let's do a market near Beaumont. Right there. Bonk. 1.1 million. Should get that going. See what guys are saying here. You know, we'll know where the Yanks are with men fielded. And with our replacements right now, we're swelling up again. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Joseph Johnson's got 10 guns there. We got 25. Yule's got another perk. Ambulance. Yeah, we're going to be up to 23,000 when they're all good. Magruder's going to be up to 22,000 or so. The Army headquarters up to close to 12,000. Well, they're there. Right. So you're looking at, you know, about 50,000 there, then close to 20,000. Well, not quite, but close to 20,000 here when they're all in under Joe Johnson, who is back again. Early is furloughed. They'll be back in 9 days. A lot of our furloughed troops going to be coming back soon. That'll swell the ranks big time. Okay, Wilcox's brigade. His Wildcats. And Haygoods in 6. Right. Let's double check and just look at where. Oh my gosh. Okay, look at this. 53. Oh, we have a lot more volunteers we can use here. So I'm thinking we might be able to furlough some more troops. So let's take a look at this. Let's do some furloughing. Yule's wing. A little more furloughing, perhaps. From South Carolina, how many troops do we have left to replenish with right here? We've got enough. These guys are more experienced, though. I wonder, Pemberton's Nicaraguans, they were the ones that fled, who kind of like charged in and got beat. We won't send them back. Let's go ahead and send these boys. Boom. Brian's West Virginians. Let's do that. Let's do Magruder's wing. North Carolina. Yeah, let's do that. Cooper. Maryland. Let's steal some more guys from Maryland. We won't send it. We can't furlough Marylanders, though. Can't do that. I don't feel great about that. Virginia for Archer. Polk's Brigade. Alabama. We've got plenty there. Let's do it. Okay. Edward Johnson, Virginians. Archer, Virginians. Let's send Johnson back. Boom. Furloughing for the winter months. Okay. That's going to be a benefit of the guys, you know, the fact that they're just in the East. And then we will try to do some of the same out here. All right. Tennessee, Coleman, they deserve a break anyway. They're 2-star troops. Oh, my gosh. I'd like to have that a little more balanced. Yeah. Tennessee Brigade, go ahead. DeRosey, head on back home for a little while. 898 back in Alabama. Let's do that. Tolliver. Texas. That's far away, though. I'm afraid we can't do that. Bushrod, you're going to have to keep your Texans out. Claiborne. We could probably send him. Yep. Little, also Tennessee. Mississippians. Let's do them for sure. Jones. Boom, Alabama. Hindman, Georgia. Okay, he's already been, he's already been replenished. What if we did our Cav? Kentucky. Let's see if they'll go and recruit. There we go. They'll be able to recruit up to a 2,000-man cavalry unit out of Kentucky. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's go steal their men. Clark's going to go recruit some new cavalrymen out of Kentucky. Walker. Louisiana, Kentucky. Or Louisiana, Kentucky. Louisiana cavalrymen. Go get them. All right, problem is we might have to change our weapon type. Ooh. Let's switch back. Can we undo it? Nope, it's too late for that. Okay, fine. All right, so we'll do that with that army right there. That's going to weaken us a little bit. Okay, but we'll come back with close to, I think, 30,000, 40,000 troops. Now, where the heck did these guys go? Where the heck did these guys go? Lost track. Lost track. Oh my gosh. How did they just disappear? I hope that's not a problem in the making. I worry a little bit. Make our way through December and see what the chat's up to. I agree. Watching the contracts is important. Mm. Mm. Yeah, so a furlough basically is the same thing as a unit, you know, being allowed to go on leave, you know, and they go home, they go to their towns, and they visit their old friends and neighbors, and they talk all about their experiences out on the front, and they get, you know, they get not so many words a directive to begin trying to recruit new volunteers into the ranks, and they'll basically reconstitute a completely full-strength brigade when they come back. You'll have those brigades that get up to 2,500 to 3,000 troops. So basically, what we're doing there is, instead of raising brand new units and suffering the cost of immediately degrading the readiness of each force, and also degrading the overall fighting quality of each force, you are avoiding the additional army upkeep of adding new units. You are avoiding the additional recruitment cost right there a little bit, although we are using quite a bit of recruitment with these furloughs, I think, actually. But what you are avoiding is more army upkeep, and then what you get is, I think, a smaller bleed on army upkeep as you refill those brigades. But at the same time, I would say we could probably add some reinforcements, say, to the Knoxville Defense Force under Robertson out here. Give him a new infantry brigade from Georgia. Make it 1,500 men. Dark pants. I like those dark pants. They look cool. Just like that. We'll give them some Springfield muskets. All right, and then we're going to get him a couple artillery batteries. Right here, Mississippi. Let's give him another brigade from Mississippi. 1,500 men. Let's make it some of these boys right here. Let's get them their Springfield muskets. Okay. Boom. Let's get Robertson an artillery battery from, let's go our own states, right? Louisiana artillery. All right. We're not going to spend too awful much here. I like the way that looks right there. Let's do that. And then let's do another Louisiana artillery battery. And we'll make it a big one. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do that. And we'll get up to close to 6,000 troops and 9 guns with that force. And a good reminder about enlistments coming up. All right. Now, one thing that's important to mention about that is that the units won't just disappear. Okay, these guys have 4 months left. They will be reduced in strength considerably. And then at that point, what we may do, because the guys will sign on for another 3 years after that, whoever's left. I actually have not discovered what the process is there, what the pattern is there. So if anybody wants to inform the chat about that. But here you go, 5 months. Yeah, these guys are old dogs. A lot of these guys with frost. Magruder's wing, kind of the same. All right, but not in as much of urgent shape. Let's go Ewell. All right, yeah, these guys, you're not wrong. There's a bunch of them that are going to be gone here. And when I say gone, I mean they're just going to be dramatically reduced. Guys are going to be going home. So it is good for us to be aware of that. It's good to furlough the troops who will have their enlistments coming up. I think. It may be good to do that. Let's see here. 5 months. And in Georgia, we could probably afford to do it with him. Okay, 4 months in North Carolina. Probably can't afford to do it with... Yeah, let's do it. Lomax will head. All right. And then what we're trying to do here is just rebuild the unit in time. And anybody wants to light up the chat and say that's a bad idea. Yes, we needed cavalry carbines, yeah. Okay, you got it. I don't know. Beeper Man, that's an interesting question about a possible exploit where you recruit a 1,500-man brigade, but then in the future furlough it so that it can jack up to 3,000. I don't think that works that way. I think that it replenishes back to the number you recruited it at. I think that that's how that works. Let's go. Let's go do what we were talking about over here. I think it's a fine idea. With a professional cavalryman named Morgan. Well, what? Well, what? John Hunt Morgan is not anywhere. What? Who is he in command of? Oh, he's an artillery commander right now. Get out of here. Interesting. I'm sorry, I got to keep him where he is. He's already been assigned to command. There's no use. I had to find a reason to write. Somebody write up a story as to how in the world John Hunt Morgan would get the transfer paperwork from his battery in the Army of Arkansas to become a new cavalry brigade commander in the Army of Tennessee. If anyone wants to write that one up in convincing fashion, I don't know how I could write up a story to convince that. It's like, he's just a volunteer. He got a letter from a family member who said, "Are you tired of commanding the artillery?" Well, guess what? We can help with that, and you could be commander of a cavalry unit. What you've always dreamed of doing, right, Johnny boy? Let's go ahead. Morgan, we'll replace him with a professional artillery commander. We'll say family connections helped our boy here. And we'll put Lavelle in command of this unit, while then putting John Hunt Morgan in command over here. Boom pow. You, where is Mr. Morgan? Oh, come on. There he is. Bingo. There we have it. Colonel Morgan in command of a brigade that is going to go refill itself, and we'll have plenty of cavalry out here. Both of my wings need cavalry, I would say. We kind of have the cavalry attached to the army under field. So what I would say is we transfer field to the wing of the army that is the furthest to the front, which would be Magruder. Bonk. And do that. Hey, baby, floating at triple B minus right now. How about that? How about that? We're at 27% now in Spanish intervention. All right, once we do our own tariff act, I got a feeling like we might be in trouble. Okay. Oh, I thought I saw him moving somewhere. Shit. Okay, what did they do with their armies out here? What did they do? Let's go ahead and let's come back south. All right. Right now, you took an overall. We have 111 men fielded to their 142,000, but this furlough, the recent furlough we did, round of furloughs, is why this has gone from 131,000 to 111,000. We furloughed 20,000 men. So if the Yanks AI wanted to come at us right here, they could do it. Rifled artillery, we're nearly there. We're nearly there, and then we're going to do training manuals. Got to get those rifle artillery orders in. That's going to bring our credit rating back down to the double Bs for sure. I'm almost positive of it. Tariffs down again. What do we got here? So let's see. Arc. Here is. Oh. Hey. Did they get around behind us here? Shit. I think they're coming after Fort Lydell. That's a great call, Ark. Yeah, a playthrough with Chat serving as officers would be worthwhile, I'd think. God damn it. If they were able to get this fort and access to Memphis quick, that would not be good. That would be problem. However, somehow, someway, I feel like this front line is being created by something that's like here, and I feel like I would have seen it with my Navy passing by. And we kind of have to stay over here. But boy, that makes me a little nervous. I want to keep an eye there. They may be down. They may have come over here and taken the rails on down, is what they may have done. I don't know. Oh, here, hold on. Okay, hover over your army size. Okay, up top. So, here we go. Here we go. That is not it. Okay. Army size. The size of all it. Okay, no. Hover over your army size up top to see how many you will lose in the next 3 months and the re-enlistment rate. Up top of what? I'm not quite following you. I'm not quite following you. There's something that talks about... Here we go. No. That's units being transferred. Yeah. Top toolbar? Here? Ah. Here we go. Recruits used for reinforcements. Okay, 23,000 trailing 3 months. Okay. Estimated loss of manpower through contract expiries within 3 months, 2.7 thousand. That's a key number. There we go, ARC. There we go. Got it. Reenlistment ratio is 54%. Okay, there we go. Somebody was talking about that earlier in the chat. Thanks for pointing that out. That's key. So basically what you can expect is that every one of these brigades that is going away in a few months will lose half of its current strength. So getting them back up to full strength will kind of bake in, I believe anyway, an ability for those brigades to just stay larger after enlistments have come up. And maybe furloughing those units was stupid. I don't know. Yanks haven't built that many more units or brigades so far, I would say. We're looking solid. Look at production here. Still outstripping demand on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Yeah. So let's take a look too at this. How we doing, boys? How we doing? Here we go. 13% on our 3 ironclads. We're going to have those probably March is what I'm thinking. So I don't think it's a bad idea for us to take Forrest, create a new command with him, and we'll put Albert Johnson in command of it, but it'll be Forrest's cavalry. Boom. Okay? And we're going to do what was suggested, which was, because I just, and we're going to have to correct the name. I got to see what's going on over here, if anything. I'm going to take the rails. We're going to bring them to right here. Let's go. General Johnson be in command there officially. Doge goes, the algorithm brought me here, and I'm confused. I don't know what to tell you, man. We are growing around here. This is Alternate History Gaming. I am Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host. Pardon the green screen issue in the background. I hope that's not been a huge issue for a while. Here, I'll fix that real quick. There we go. Will that help us? Will that help us? I'll tell you what will for sure is just a little bit of this. Bam. So, this is Alternate History Gaming. We're a small channel here. I am Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host. I do a lot of Black Powder and other war gaming here. We've been doing a lot of Civil War and Grand Tactician. I've done Scourge of War. I am someone who's kind of like a long-time Total War player who grew up and wanted to do things that were a little bit more adult than Total War, and I kind of arrived at games like Scourge of War and this one, Grand Tactician, which we've been focused a lot on. I'm playing this CSA Campaign, a simulation of the Civil War. There they are. Found them. Okay, they came here, at least one of them, and stopped. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll let this cavalry continue on. It would be good to get eyes over here anyway. Yeah. Yes, I have gone over that before about how you use volunteers to build units, you use draftees as replacements. And then we were talking about maybe furloughing some troops. Got a lot from Missouri and Arkansas, really. So what if we were to furlough some of these guys? Wow. They'll soak up everybody that we can get. So what about Arkansas? Let's do it. And we also need to upgrade weapons out here for the Army of Arkansas. We did so well for a long time. Let's give them just a little bit better guns here. We got a lot more Springfield muskets available. They're just a little bit better. Bingo. Clark, boom, Kemper. I'll tell you what, these boys, I would say... Oh, no, okay, I thought they had a star by now. Gardner, though, first of all, let's get these guys some proper uniforms. Right, that'll work better. And then I would say Gardner, we could go ahead and equip with some Augustins there. Good. Okay, we'll have one unit that's got them. Smith, boom. Can we get these guys some weapons yet? And one thing we're going to need to get to quickly, and although in history the South didn't have good weapons for their cav really until like late 1862 or so, I think. And we won't either, because cavalry carbines is kind of down the priority list of stuff a little bit. But that's what we're going to do for now. Furloughing some troops there. I think this army could get another new infantry brigade. Bring it in from... I'll tell you what, we need somewhere for our Nicaraguans to fight. Let's bring in a new Nicaragua brigade of infantry. Yeah? We'll have them fighting out west with us. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Let's do that and let's do that. Can we not do it? Oh, I see why. Duh. I think I'm starting to get a little sleepy. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we are overtime bedtime. I got an early wake up tomorrow for work, too. Shoot! Shoot! Okay, we'll recruit these guys. Colonel William Clark will be in command. He is a volunteer, and he kind of sucks. We'll go ahead and go with it, though. Yeah, they'll get some Springfield muskets to use, and that's fine. New brigade for the Army of Arkansas. 17,000 is actually quite a few for an army out here. So is 21 artillery. So we're going to let that be that. And then of course, we've still got the Army of the West out here, right? And they're struggling a little bit. Is there a perk here? Nope. Okay, we're in the green here. Okay. I say we just come right back up here and we raid. We never let down, boys. We never let up. Never. Never, I say. Okay, there they are. They are just there near Fredericktown, looks like for now anyway. That's all right. We'll have Forest over here. That'll be fine. Whew, and here we go. Into December the 13th. Mid-December. So, I think West does need more men. They went to here, some more of them, right? And then What I might be willing to check on, I might just go ahead and this Fort Liddell's already got 769 men in it. Why don't we put, I do this more for RP than anything, so just bear with me, guys. Fort Liddell. All right, let's go ahead and let's put a Mississippi brigade of 1,500 men in the old cadet uniform. Okay. With the bright trousers like that. And a fortress garrison with Lorenz's. All right. Boom. So there we will have a better garrison there, a little bit. With Crawford, a political vote, or a political general. Yeah, we're still having some green screen issues here, gentlemen. I might have to get up and fix that. I don't know. We'll see. It's not causing too much of a problem for you guys, I hope. Let's see here. Do that. Try to get it centered right there. Just having a hard time with it, guys. Sorry. I think it came off of some of its supports. But I'll tell you what. We're getting kind of late. I got an early wake up tomorrow. God, there's one thing I want to do before we leave, though. One thing I want to do before we wrap up this stream. I want to get this rifle artillery thing done. We are so close. We are so close. Yeah. What I might do, actually, is to take the Army of Arkansas and park it near Little Rock. And let's go there by boat. Boom. We can do that now. We'll go to Little Rock. That way, yeah, we could stop. Here's the deal, though. In wintertime, there's no way they're going to make this march. No chance. I think things will remain mostly as they have been for some time. And I think maybe we can just look forward to the rifled artillery when we come back in the next stream. That may be what we have to do, guys. Life calls. It always does. Gentlemen, this has been a fun one tonight. I would say anyway. I'm going to wrap it, though. Got to wrap it tonight, boys. How much fun was that? Trying to come up with, I think, a cogent, useful midterm plan for what we're going to do. And I think we have got it. I think we're going to roll forward with this. We've got the tariffs policy being researched now. We have the impressment policy in place. We're going to go for those rifle artillery. We're going to see if we can start flexing some more industrial muscle. And maybe we can get the French in on our side. It's going to be tight. We'll be in this one for a little while yet. And matter of fact, we might forget about all of it because we're going to have so much that's going to happen between now and the French maybe coming in on our side. So we'll see how all of this plays. Maybe we end up, doing it for naught, and the French will need more cotton, and we'll already be in a bad spot for that. We'll find out, of course, when we jump in to our future streams here in the CSA Campaign and Grand Tactician, the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. I want to say thanks to you guys once again for diving into the saloon tonight and helping me in my playthrough. You guys are the best for that. I am Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host here on Alternate History Gaming. And my friends, I will see you on the next one. Later.